Paranormal.
Welcome to Radio Paranormal.
Burning Buddha belly. Burning Buddha belly. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry about last week. I mean, you know, we just didn't have a show because we didn't have a show.
It was my fault. Because Chris was burning the Buddha belly.
Burnt Buddha belly. Let's talk about Chris and going to Mexico and burning himself. I heard, look, I heard that you had to give him a Viagra just to keep the sheets off his legs.
He would have liked that. I think he was, wow. Apparently our sunscreen is, because he's Southern Cherokee. I mean, a little, but still, man, I think our sunscreen was expired because.
Well, there's the reason why us Eastern Band of the Cherokee Nation are called the White Indians. So
he's also Kentucky Blue, which I guess is the same thing, but still, that's blue, not red. But yeah, no, I've never seen he was.
It sounds like you're talking about your husband like a pit bull. This is a blue-nosed gator mouth. He's a blue-nosed gator mouth pit bull.
Not far off. We were sitting and he put his shirt over his knee when we would be at dinner because he didn't want it hitting his stomach. Oh my Lord. My word, it was hilarious.
Well, I mean, you know, that's what you get when you just decide to go to Mexico.
It is. And it's a good thing we didn't try to do a show because their internet is just as bad as the one here.
Yeah.
So, because I am on a Ethernet cord tonight because it rained. The pavement is wet, which equals internet issues. Not joking, folks. If you think I'm exaggerating, I am not. Not at all.
No. And hopefully this time I figured out my situation, so we'll have a much better connection. But anyway, all the people that are tuning in, leave us a comment. Tell us how your Mother's Day was if you're a mother, yes. Or if you're a child and your mother's still around, what'd you do for your mama?
And happy Mother's Day to everybody. Oh,
and then we have the first troll of the night, Get a Life, and I think I got one after I served in the military and got shot a couple of times. So people like you can have a shit attitude and a piss poor fucking mouth. So have a good day.
And I actually, hello.
Hello.
I don't feel I'm a ghost. So I feel like I have life. Like, I don't think I'm dead yet. So I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh. Yo, Jill. I love. Thanks, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
You go.
Speaking of Mother's Day, who's our guest today?
Oh.
Do you know this lady at all?
A little. I mean, I saw her a couple times before. There's probably a big portion of my life I don't remember. That's probably the womb thing. Because I don't remember that.
Was it like 9 months that you don't remember?
I think it's about 9. Yeah. I don't think I was early or anything, but yeah. So, but happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Just letting everyone know. And our guest is my mom.
And guess who's going to come up right now? I said 15 minutes, but you know what? I need all the time that I can get to embarrass you and talk to your mom. So without further ado, let's bring on Jen's mom.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mom.
And Jen, you were born on your due date. That's the only time in your life you were on time.
That's probably right.
This is how we start this off. This is how we do this.
And there it goes. It's not running, Mom. Yeah. No, you honestly, so everyone, she's probably not kidding.
No, it's true. It's true.
She's not kidding. She's not kidding.
Not kidding. I don't know. And I don't like to wait. I'd rather be 15 minutes late than be the first person at an event. I'm always fashionably on time, late, whatever word you want to use after that. But yeah, no. Chris wants to be there 30 minutes early. I'm like, I'll catch up.
On time, 15 minutes early is on time, and on time is late.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, yeah. So you're saying that Jennifer, if you gave her a watch and it would shock her 30 to 45 minutes prior to being to an event, that she would still be late?
Yeah.
She'd still be late. Yeah.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Again,
When she comes home to visit, we normally tell her we're leaving an hour before we're supposed to, just so we can get there on time. So nothing's changed.
That's fair. I think we need to change all of her clocks to an hour slower or an hour faster. So she'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm
Put it on
already
Jen.
late."
Put it on Jen time.
That's a thing. That's a thing now.
Jen time is going to be a thing. It's
not Caribbean time, it's Jen time.
Also,
Jen
everybody
time.
out there that has just tuned in, let us know what you did for Mother's Day or what you did for your mom.
So
I didn't do anything for my
I
mom.
want to say a belated happy birthday to Jennifer. She had her birthday on May 6th. So happy birthday, honey.
Thank you.
Hope you had a nice
And
day.
I would be
The card is
remiss
in the
if
mail, honestly.
if I didn't say happy Mother's Day to my beautiful wife, Anna Cooper. I think she's watching.
Happy
She's down there.
Mother's Day, Anna.
Yeah, she's down there with her. I think.
Happy Mother's Day.
But yeah, now that we got that, now listen. I wanted old baby photos, but unfortunately, we were unable to do that this Mother's Day. However, we have a year to plan for the next one.
We have time. She was cute. She was real cute.
And she saves everything. I promise you. She said, folks, her basement, it's got it all. Like she still has.
What report card would you like to see?
No, she's not kidding.
No. Oh wow.
No.
Yeah, I want to see them all.
There were some sketchy ones.
I would hope
The
so.
what?
I mean,
there were a couple of report cards that were sketchy. Did I change any of my grades? I thought I did.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, I think I
That
did.
doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Okay, 53 years and I got away with it until today. Mom, I think I did. I think there was some penmanship added on a couple of them.
I've done it. I probably did it too.
If that was the worst that was coming over, I can deal with it. We had bigger fish to fry.
After school, I'm just saying, those nuns. I didn't get the ruler.
No, but then there was LTC and the party. She knows.
What's LTC? Tell me.
Oh,
Lakeshore Technical College. Jen started a school out there. Sorry about Jen, but Jenny slips out.
No, but I started at the center first. That was my party. The center was my party. LTC was when I took it seriously.
But LTC is where I got the phone call, Mom, I can't come home for a while because it was Lake Bay. And I only had one sip, but they came in and carded me. So I know, whatever.
I literally. So I did. So I was out with our professor and some classmates. We were at a bar in Cleveland, Wisconsin. So it's like the middle of nowhere. And I was 20. What was I, like 6 months from turning 21, something like that?
Oh,
maybe
not even that.
Yeah.
Not even that.
So I go there. I actually did not have, and I didn't order a drink. I had one sitting in front of me. I did take a sip. That is true. I did. And I didn't drink it. And so we're sitting around. All of a sudden, the cops come in to raid it for underage drinking because it is near a little community college. So I get hauled outside and they didn't see me drink. I didn't order anything. It was someone else had bought it. And they were going to let me go for underage loitering. But because they couldn't find the statute number, the ordinance number, they're like, we'll waste some time. Here, blow on this. Said it's a breathalyzer. My uncle, God rest his soul, Uncle Johnny Dwayne, he was great. When we called him about the whole thing, he's like, could you at least told him he had some cough syrup? Because I mean, it was like 0.0 like 1, like literally cough syrup could have done the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, next time, that's when you learn if you're going to do that, you might as well drink the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, they ticketed me and said, have fun driving home because I was not legally intoxicated.
Oh.
But you did stay a while. You said, I want to wait a little bit. You probably wanted to have another drink, Jen, right?
I needed to calm the head down.
Oh,
Man,
she needed a drink after that.
I did need a drink after that one. I was like,
So did I.
yeah, that was
No,
fun.
What's up, Blaine?
Hey, Blaine. I thought you were going to talk about my first year of college where I wasted everything because I was still...
But you knew every soap opera in town. I mean, you were following soap operas very closely.
Also cribbage.
Yeah.
I was honing my cribbage skills.
See, they weren't wasted.
I mean, if we're looking for a silver lining, yeah, I guess they weren't wasted, per se.
Focused on other things.
It's all good. I mean, we all have little hiccups in life. And right, John?
Good God, look at this. There, over where she's at, it's 0.05.
Yeah,
like you can just look at a beer and get 0.05.
Yeah. Mom, what is it? Wisconsin 0.08?
8. Yeah. They just reduced it to 8. It used to be
0.1.
1.0.
Yeah.
But they're cracking down a lot here because drinking is quite a pastime.
Yeah. I should have been there when I got my DUI. Well, no, I still blew over 1 something.
Yeah.
Well,
it's drinking on snowmobiles too, on the trails.
Yeah. Boat.
Oh yeah, boats. Yes. Water skiing and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know what it is here in Louisiana. It's not much more. If you have a full license, it's 0. Oh wow. Full license. Wow. What's a full license?
I don't know. I'm curious about that one. I know if you're a truck driver, the legal limit goes down.
Yeah. The CDL is tougher. Yeah.
Yeah. So since we're a paranormal show, I'm going to have to ask you, did you see your daughter have any type of abilities growing up? Did she show any signs that you saw?
Not really. I really didn't. There's things that happen in our lives that make me understand now more where it all went, where Jenny's abilities. I've had a few things happen that, like I said last week, or before my response, it was just, well, it's a gut feel. It's not an ability, it's a gut feel. And there's several of them. Her grandma came to visit me after she died. And do you want me to tell the story real quick? I can. Yeah. Jenny's grandma, my mom, died. She was only 71 and died 3 weeks after my dad died. It was kind of a rough time. Jen was 10 years old. Sorry, kiddo. Jen was 10 years old. It was a rough time.
Yeah.
And I had this car. It was a Mazda RX-7. It was a 2-seater. It went like a bat out of hell, and it was totally the wrong car for me, but that's the one I got in the settlement. So I wanted to get rid of it and told my mom that time and time and again, I got to get rid of this car because it's Wisconsin. We have snow in that car. You drive on the street that had a little curve in it, you're sliding. It was perfectly balanced. So anyway, one Friday night, I'll never forget, I had this dream, and it was my mom, and we talked a little bit, and we're crying, and she said, first of all, did you get the car that you wanted? And I said, yes, I did. And I got it on her birthday, which was December 12th. And she said, you need to help me. Some of my checks are missing from my checkbook. You need to get that straightened out. And we talked a little bit, and okay. Got up the next morning and I thought, wow, that was a crazy night. Monday, I got home from work and we had a little roll-top desk in our dining room. And I went in there to pull out a notepad. And as I pulled it out, these 2 envelopes went flying. And they both had checks in that my mom had written. one of them to a priest, another one for a bill. So and I hate to say it, but the priest didn't do well with us. When my dad passed away, he never contacted my mother. He never contacted the family. And my dad was a huge supporter financially and physically with them.
Yes, he was.
We heard nothing. And we were very fortunate. My sister's brother-in-law was a priest, so he came and he took care of that funeral. So when my mom died, we had him again. So anyway, that was kind of, karma is around. I believe in karma so strongly.
Yeah.
That was one incident. And way before that, I don't think I was married yet, Jen. Her aunt Eileen wanted to go to this tennis tournament out of town with some girlfriends. And I just thought, no, don't go. She didn't. And it turned out they were in a terrible car accident. And it was just like, again, it's the gut feel, but is it that or is it something else? I don't know. But there's several things that have happened that way.
Yeah.
So
for everybody that just tuned in, what is that?
I don't know. Something's echoing.
We're interviewing Mom. This is Jenny's mom. And we're getting the down low on Jenny, the real Jenny. I told you we roll this show and we like to find out the real people, really what it is. So we got Mom. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers tuning in. And we're going to get back to the show.
Hey, Russell.
Right.
So, Mom, growing up, I never told you, I would wake up a lot scared because I kept thinking I saw things. And I would climb out of my bed and I would scale the floor into your room to see if you guys were up.
chances are no, but wow, that had to be frightening.
Because the TV, because that was back when the TV turned off, like there was static and the stations ended.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of times I wouldn't sleep much because there was something I thought I kept seeing. And then, like I told you, the one at my dad's mom's house, the headless guy I saw with the Metallica t-shirt. I woke up, Grandpa was somewhere and I was sleeping because they had twin beds and I was sleeping in his bed. And I woke up, there was this headless guy in jeans and a Metallica t-shirt standing in front of me. And I reached out to like, are you real? And my hand went through him. And as soon as my grandma, she must have gotten up to use the restroom. She came back in and he disappeared. And I said, Grandma, did you just see that guy? And of course, what's the response? Because go to sleep, you were dreaming, whatever. The next morning, Grandpa came home with a cassette tape of Metallica and a kid's funeral card in it. And that kid was playing on the roofs of the shacks down by the river and had slipped and fell and grabbed onto power lines and died. I saw him.
I probably do need to clarify one thing real quick. Back in the 1900s, last century, the TVs actually turned off at midnight.
Yep.
I know. Hard to believe. And Netflix used to send you DVDs in the mail. Just saying. Anyway.
Just to clarify for you youngins out there.
For all them youngins out there. And it would play the Pledge of Allegiance, or not the Pledge of Allegiance.
Star Spangled Banner, you bet. I woke up to it many times.
I did too. And then the 90s when you would wake up to like all the like Columbia House classic hits. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. I just needed to put a little time frame for all those youngins. This all happened in the last century. God, that hurts my feelings.
They missed a lot.
They did. So there was a lot that, and growing up, it just wasn't, it was a small town. It was the time, it was the decades. When did The Exorcist come out? 73?
When did the what come out?
The Exorcist, the movie.
Oh, I don't know.
73 or something like that. So and Catholic. I mean, you don't talk about it. It's not real. It's just not.
1973.
That's what I thought it was the year I was born. So this stuff was not, it was movies and TVs, and it wasn't real, right? That's just how we were brought up. You didn't talk about it. So that's the crazy thing. And then Jack.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Both of us.
Well, how about we just take a second before we get hard? Whoa. Now, I didn't say that. Let me try that.
No, it's a good thing. July 5th, 2000 what, Mom?
21.
Our oldest brother was in a fatal car crash. And this was at the beginning of my journey of you have abilities, we don't know what they are, all those things. And we were still doing paranormal investigations. So how do you cope as a ghost hunter when someone in your family dies? Well, you break out the ghost hunting tools. I mean, and you hope, right? Wisconsin to New Orleans, you hope. And we got a message from Jack. And Jack said, neighbor and escape. And I asked him to clarify it was him because I had the coin that Pat got in the Czech Republic, right?
Jenny, was it stuck neighbor escape?
Something like that.
Yeah.
There were 3 words I couldn't remember. And I wanted to make sure it was Uncle Jack. So I picked up this coin my cousin Pat got in the Czech Republic that had a bronzed image of my grandfather on the front. And I didn't say anything. I said, if you are my Uncle Jack, whose face is on this coin? And I heard Dad. So I'm like, okay. Sorry. That was cute. Aw. So then
sorry about that.
We go to his funeral, and then he had an internment. So the in-between, we're all at this family thing, right? So folks, this is where I want you can remote. I know I can, Christy. It's crazy. This is where it gets crazy. Chris didn't come with me. He had to hold down the fort. And I told Chris before I left, I am going to tell the family we all have abilities. I'm going to tell the family we have witch bloodlines in our bloodline. I'm positive. I know it. I'm going to tell him. He's like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. And of course, I listened to him about as well as I did my mom as a teenager. So of course I said something.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle, you admit it.
So I had the recording of Jack. I let everyone hear it. I asked everyone first, is this okay? Do you want to hear it? I'll let you tell who that was later. And I said, I just want to let you all know that we have abilities and we have a bloodline of witches and da-da-da-da-da. We had some aunts sitting there, a couple of cousins and things like that. Folks, it was like the floodgates opened. It was this veil and this weight. I feel like it was this individual family within a family's secret, because they all kind of started vomiting information about my daughter, my son. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen, that everybody in this family knew it, but would not talk about it.
I mean, that's kind of a thing no matter where you're at. Like, even up here in the Appalachian Mountains, we know who the seers are, but we just don't talk about it.
Yeah. And I was getting calls from cousins who weren't there. At Jack's lunch after the funeral, was it June's son, Scott, sat down. Steve. And
Jen.
He was talking about stuff with him, which is weird because, men and gas and abilities and all those things. So it just became this. It was for me. I don't know how you felt. I want to know, but for me, it was this big relief because I'm not crazy. Like, the voices in the head are real and do not need medication. Only vodka once in a while.
I mean, that's medication.
We medicate the way we need to.
That's right. That's right.
Jen, at the funeral, I think that was That was a really, because he was the first in the family ever to, and it was so sudden, so tragic. I didn't hear those conversations. You had them. I remember at the interment, when you left, because you said you couldn't handle what you were hearing in there anymore, and you were crying there, and you were kind of looking at like, why, what's going on with her? And then she explained more later. And did you explain after the funeral when we went to Jack's house, when his wife asked us to come over, and you were looking at the patio doors, and you saw somebody standing outside with his back towards us, and you said it was Jack?
It was Jack. Yeah, he was working. He was working out in the garden, and his wife was saying that they had just like, they had just done some stuff out there before he died.
Well, and then back to that night, we did a toast to him. He had, he used to bring us bottles of tequila back from Mexico, and really some nice stuff. And we asked his wife, Dar, who's a very good friend of mine. I worked with her long before she ever married him, so we know each other quite well. I said, Dar, could we toast Jack? We brought some booze. And she said, absolutely. So we brought it in, and we all had a little cup in front of us. And then we had one more, of course, for Jack. You're supposed to put it in a plant. And she thought, what plant can I put it in? Because he was a big plant person, outside, inside. Well, there was one plant in the living room, this corn plant, that wasn't doing squat. So she thought, I can't kill it. So she poured it in there, and she said, in 2 months, that thing was just crazy. It had grown so big. I said, skip the water, lady. Tequila.
It was miracle grow got nothing on tequila.
But I almost wonder if that was tied back to Jack, if he just kind of told the plant, come on, let's go now.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, that was crazy. So we had like a little family get together. My Aunt Kay wanted me to do a ghost hunt at this restaurant in Manitowoc. And that's where all this came out.
Yes.
So we played the stuff that I got. Christy, I'll tell you what I heard at that internment. It was hard. And what we found out was my cousin Jane was there, right? Janie was there.
Yep.
She said the night before she was at a cookout, and this woman came up to her and said, I heard the crash. And it was a friend of Janie's, I think, too. She was an EMT. She heard the crash. It was right near her house. She came running out of her house. I got to take a breath. And she saw my uncle in the car. And of course, you know, in accidents like that, they tell you the person passed instantly. And that's just for the family's peace of mind. That's not always the case, right? It's usually there was nothing we could do, right? And she said she tried to get him out of that car, but the door was stuck. And she crawled into the back seat and held his hand and sat with her while he passed, so he wouldn't be alone. So I think that was my uncle's way of saying, please tell her thank you. I knew she was there.
Yeah. One step after that, Jen, I don't know if you knew about this. His wife, Dar, asked if any of us would like to go to the funeral home to say goodbye to him before the funeral, because I do believe it was a closed coffin because of the accident. And it was right.
Yeah.
And Rick, my husband, told me, don't remember him the way you remember him. Don't let that memory be your last of him. But two of my sisters went, and they went into the viewing area, and a light kept on flashing on and off. It just, when they walked in there, she said there was something going on in there. She knew it, and she's not into the paranormal anything. She just said there were spirits. There was something going on in there. And I didn't hear it from Dar, but I heard it from, I think it was Jean.
Now Uncle Jack, he's a jokester. He was Mr. His nickname, he called me by the nickname Grandpa Cunup said, which was Kabooblitz, which I found out later after going to the Czech Republic. It's Old Czech. So like the older people in Czech Republic speak Czech in a different way and different words than the newer. And basically Thanks, Grandpa. It basically translates to village idiot. So when I would do something stupid, he would call me Kaboobleitz, which means village idiot. So my Uncle Jack continued after Grandpa died, like, you're such a Kaboobleitz. And he would just say that. So Jack was humorous. And I remember at your house, when I came to visit once after he had passed, I woke up. I had this dream. Jack was there. He was in a Hawaiian shirt, which floored me. I never remember him. And he gave me this huge hug, and I could feel him. And he said, "You've passed. Now you're going to see." And so when I told you about that, I didn't know he wore Hawaiian shirts all the time because I never remember seeing them in him.
Yeah. Standard wardrobe.
So all this stuff, the reason I guess I wanted to share, have you on, is because I want to show families you're not abnormal. Like Mini Medium, she was on 2 weeks ago, and she was cute as a button. My God, Brandon. Oh,
I told you I love her to death.
She is the 5 foot nothing cute blonde cheerleader. That's what she was. But she said in high school, I never fit in. I always felt out of step. And I'm like, thank you.
I remember that.
I did too. And it just, so these are the kinds of things I want to share with people, that you're never too, your age doesn't matter, right? These things, you can realize them at any point in your life. You're not alone. This does happen to other people. And so that's, I guess, what for people, I want them to hear tonight, that this is just Mom and I and Brandon talking, but it's a real family. These are real things. This has been a real process for everybody.
And we're all about getting the word out there and helping educate people and help, let people know that you're not alone. And speaking of educating people and that you're not alone, I just found this picture, and let's talk about it.
Oh,
what's happening?
It's a new one. So New Orleans Paracon, July 31st through August 2nd, 2026 at the Astor Crown Plaza in the French Quarter. Brandon, do you want to know some updates on these packages? Are you ready for it?
Tell me.
VIP package has got 3 left. That's it.
Right.
The platinum package has 4, and Patty Negri is about to have 2.
Oh, that's going to sell out. That's going to sell out quick.
Going to sell out. So FOMO.
Awesome.
Right?
Awesome.
Get in where you fit in. I'm going to pull this back up.
So this is all of, listen, if you want to come meet your favorite para celebrities, because we got a really cool lineup, and take pictures, do that. This all comes from, we want people to have education, resources, outlets, all the things, ethical places, and people to learn from a safe place to learn at. That's what this is for. You're still going to be able to do your fangirl, fan guy thing. And one of the coolest things that has to do with the Paracon, I had Jason from Friday the 13th wish me a happy birthday. Boom.
How cool.
Because he gonna be there too.
Me, I'm Jen, and I had birthday. How I feel about that. I
looked at Chris. I'm like, hey, that's Jason guy. It's going to be at the Paracon. How cool is that? No, but I hope everyone can make it down here. We're making it as affordable as we can, because that's also an issue. All those package prices include your hotel room. And okay, for you bargain shoppers out there, because I'm that girl, I looked up, I can get a better deal at my hotel room. Guess what? You can't. You can't.
Not happening.
Is the cheapest hotel rate, even if you stay at the airport and rent a car. You cannot get a better hotel rate than this for that weekend.
Way to go.
So thank you, Astor Crown Plaza, for working with us and being so great. That's going to be amazing. But
it's going to be fun.
So Christy said something, I can't do funerals because I always see the deceased at their own funeral and I can't handle the emotions. So when we went to my uncle's internment, because he was cremated, and we were sitting in the church, and I'm still new to abilities and new to saying, okay, you got to back off. I didn't know how to do that. I don't, still great, but better. All I kept hearing and I kept crying was, they don't come to see us. They don't come to see me. They're never here. They're never come to see me. And it was just this, all these voices over and over, and this pain and abandonment. That's all I felt in there. It was hard. It was hard. I had to get out of there because I thought I was going to faint. I really did.
That was rough.
It was sad. It was so sad to hear. So sad. So that was my deal at his internment, is that's what I kept hearing. And I didn't want to make a scene, but I mean, I'm trying really hard not to cry too much more than we already were.
Okay, Jen, I have a question for you then. That happened. I remember that the mausoleum that happened. Now, what about the cemeteries? Do you hear voices there with people saying the same thing or not?
Nope.
What would be the difference?
I don't know. And maybe it wasn't the people interred in the mausoleum, and it was more the people, the dead people around the living people in the room. Because
they're closer. They're closer to you than in a cemetery, of course.
Yeah, but I feel like your families, Brandon's nodding his head, because this is true. I feel like your family members, some cemeteries and funerals are for the living, not the dead. Correct. The dead are going to go where they're going to go. You go to the cemetery as a living person to honor those that have passed. You guys plant flowers at Grandma and Grandpa's graves, things that they would have liked. It's like a mini, and what we would call an ancestral altar, but it's in the cemetery. So you're giving offerings, you're taking care, you're showing respect for ancestors and people who have passed. So in my opinion, cemeteries, mausoleums, that's not where they are. They've crossed over, or they're with you. And if they're with you there, they came with you. So looking back at it now, I wonder if it was more the living people in the room. That's what I was hearing. People that weren't doing, like their family members wanted them to do more.
Now, could that be could it be them using that energy and feeling guilty about not doing stuff when they're there and produce that I don't know how to say it. Could it just have been them making it sound like it was the family, but it was actually them feeling bad because they were there and they realized they don't ever go see their own people?
No, I agree. That's also a good possibility that it was the living people's guilt, because you don't. I've learned with me that you don't have to be passed for me to hear you. Just like you didn't want your sister to go on that. You didn't want your sister to go on that trip. It's similar to that, right? It doesn't matter. Now Tuesday I start pet communication. I'm so excited about that. So yeah, it may have been like all of the people's minds in there remembering, oh, I should have done this. I should have done this. And it could have been all the living people. And that's just the consciousness, the energies that I was hearing. It's very possible. It's a good point, Brandon. So yeah. What'd Christy say? Because
Jen, another time was when your dad passed away. Yeah. And you were here. And the phone rang. I remember that. We had gone to bed. And the phone rang. We go to bed early. We're in Wisconsin. There's nothing to do at 10 o'clock. Go to bed, and the phone rang. And then Rick said, your daughter's crying. So I came downstairs. You were still up. And I said, what's the matter? And then you said the phone was one uncle, and then the other one had texted or called on your cell phone. But you want to tell what happened before they called?
I knew.
Don't you remember?
I don't. I knew he had died.
You said he touched you or hugged or tapped you or something on?
Yeah. I knew he had died. Same thing with Grandpa Cunup, though. I was at the park with Grandpa Roar, and I was playing on the curly slide at the park. Remember those curly slides that were metal and we burnt our asses? Yeah. We're the tough generation. Yeah. Sorry, that's just a little skin. It's great. No, I climbed up the steps as Grandpa was watching me, and I looked up into the clouds, and I slid down, and Grandpa Roy looked at me and said, "What?" I said, "Grandpa gone. He died. He's in the sky. He's dead."
Is that when?
And then
Was that
when we got back to their house, you
died?
Yeah. He was in the hospital having surgery. So those are just weird. Like, I knew something at your house. Dad came, and I don't remember what he did, but I remember knowing before. You just know.
And it's a pretty common occurrence to, when you start talking to people, to have their loved ones visit them right after they're dead. Like, it happened to me. My grandfather came. I mean, you can't tell me he was not in my room. And I was young. I didn't make it to the hospital before he died, so he came to me and said goodbye. And it's a regular occurrence in families, and just people just don't talk about it. And like, I have my neighbor, his mom passed away, and he inherited the house. Well, he's got cameras in the house, and he sees things move and whatever. And I'm like, hey, your mom's just saying hey. I mean, it happens all the time, but people are afraid to talk about it because there's such a
stigma.
Yeah, right.
You're crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, but and the people that say you're crazy are probably the ones that had the family member come to them.
Yeah,
probably.
So I mean, yeah, it's a common occurrence. Like, and it's so great that you would come on. My mom would not be caught dead in anything paranormal. Like, I'm the opposite. Like, I haven't spoken to my mom in 3 years.
Really.
And you know what? When family members refuse to like accept what you're doing, then that's when you set boundaries. Because I'm gonna tell everybody right now, family ain't always blood, and blood is not thicker than water. The full quote is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So sometimes the family you make is much closer.
That's true.
But unfortunately, it happens, and people, families break apart when one black sheep comes out and says it. And
yeah. Well, I mean, my stepson, Critter, I mean, he's still close to me, and I have no blood relation to him. It's my ex-husband's son, and he's going to be my kid forever. And my mom's husband, I call him Pops. He legally adopted me after my dad passed, and he's not a person that believes in this stuff, and was very skeptical about everything coming out originally. I'm not saying he believes. He's either reserving comment more, or he's in his process is his process, or he's just accepting it in his way as much as he's going to. Is that the best way to say it, Mom? I don't know how else to say it.
Kind of with him, if that's what you want to believe, I don't believe, but I don't unbelieve it and not believe it. He's just lets it go. He doesn't have I think not having an opinion really is closer to it.
And I would much rather have that.
Yeah.
Okay, you do you. That's how we do with our kids. Look, y'all are grown. I mean, if this is what you believe, is what you believe. I don't have to believe it, but I still love you.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of families that just don't do that.
Right.
It's to me, I've learned it doesn't make sense to alienate someone because you don't believe in what they believe in. It's theirs to believe, theirs to. It's none of my business. It's theirs. It's not mine. Except
and we don't force each other either.
No.
Pops and I have had discussion about religion versus faith. And that was a conversation I think that really turned him, because I said, they're not the same thing. They can be the same thing, but they are not always the same thing. Faith can be separate from practicing a formal religion. And when we had that whole conversation, and your faith is what it looks like to you. whatever that is okay. Right.
Yeah.
And I think when we had that conversation, I think that's where he started going, okay, all right. I don't, even my husband has trouble believing in my abilities sometimes. And he gets very embarrassed if I get a message from somebody. He doesn't want me to be the next Teresa Caputo stopping someone in a grocery store because he doesn't want me freaking people out. Because he's like, not everyone believes it, but that's coming from the fact that he grew up Southern Baptist, and you think Catholics are against this? Who, Nelly? Take a Zion Southern Baptist in there. Catholics don't hold a candle to that.
Well, but here's the twist. Everybody, I was raised Southern Baptist, but we all know the witches and the people up here in the mountains, and we still go to them. We just don't talk about it. Yep. The difference between a Catholic and a Baptist. If you see a fellow Catholic in the liquor store, you'll talk to him. If a Baptist sees another Baptist in the liquor store, it never happens. So,
well, fire, we drink wine at church.
Right. So, I mean, what Christy said, religion is man-made. Well, of course it is.
It's and some people need that to have the community of belonging, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with either way you want to approach it. Some people need the community. Some people don't want it because they don't want opinions forced on them. And neither one is wrong. It's just whatever is good for you, honestly. But that was an interesting conversation with him where he started kind of like, all right, it just kind of, to me, that was the corner for him to just kind of lighten up about the rest and just like, okay, whatever. Whether he believes or not, I don't know. I'm never going to ask him. But it's okay. It's all right. Oh, I'm going to start coughing. Mom?
Yes?
What else do you want to talk about? What dirty little secret do you want to tell Brandon? Brandon, what do you want to ask?
Oh, God, what do I want to know? Because there's so much.
Was she hard to raise? Yes. Was she independent? Yes.
Well, see, that leads me to believe by pattern recognition that you also, Mom, were hard to handle as a child. There were 7 kids in my family, and I call myself an only child in a family of 7 because I had 2 older brothers that were perfect. Jen will attest to that.
Jackie P.
Yes. And I had 2 older sisters who are a year and a half apart. And then I have 2 younger sisters that are a year and a half apart. So I was kind of alone a lot. All I remember is being farmed out to people's houses all the time. Jen, I think, oh yeah, I stayed overnight at that cousin's house. Yeah, I was at that friend's house overnight. And my mom, one time, I have a sister, my oldest sister is just the most precious person in the world.
Oh, June. It's Aunt June, and she was a nun at one point in her life. Not kidding.
For 5 years, she was in the convent. And she left, went to college, got married, had 5 children. She has 15 grandkids. But there was a gap in our family because of World War II. She's the oldest sibling right now. She's 88 years old, and she's just awesome. So my mom, and like I said, there's 7 kids. She said, June wants you to come and visit her down in Madison or Sun Prairie. So we'll take you to the train station in Manitowoc. And then in Milwaukee, get off the train and go to the bus terminal and catch the bus to Sun Prairie. I said, where's the bus terminal, Mom? Well, you'll find it. Just get on the train. That was it. So I was not out of, I think was 12, 14 years old. And I thought, well, she didn't care. She had 6 more at home.
She had some spares.
He's got backup.
I made it. I came back. No, Jen and I are very different in a lot of areas. She's smart. She's a strong woman. She's ready to take chances. I'm very passive. Maybe Jen, maybe you don't think I am, but I am more so. I'm my best place is being home. Love having her here, but I don't have that adventurous streak in me like she does, and I wish I did, but I admire her for it. And I wish I had a little bit of it.
That's the red hair.
But you've always been independent. You've always been a leader. Grade school, high school, even though you probably don't want to admit it in high school, you were a very strong person, and I always admired you for that.
I hated high school at the
And your
passion.
intelligence. Most kids do. That's the toughest 4 years of your life,
Yep.
I think.
I would never relive it. Okay, so because I know this on my personal Facebook page, I will say, with the exception of the core group of real friends that I had and still have, Jason, Dan, Brenda, all those guys, they're what kept me going. But I had to be kept going. That's how hard it was. It was hard.
I believe that.
It was
I
hard.
believe it.
I can't imagine kids now having to go through high school with social media.
Not with social media and all that bull crap. No.
I couldn't imagine it. I think I had it tough. They've got it harder. Everything you do is on video.
Well, because once you leave school, the bullying stops. Back when we were in school. But now you go home and you get on social media and the bullying continues. And yeah.
You had an escape. You went home.
Yep.
But Jen, I don't want to, we have a great niece that's at the same high school that Jen was at. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to get it out. But when she graduated, we were at their house and she's a freshman in high school. And I said, I bet you have a ton of friends there. And she smiled and she said, no, I don't. She said, I have a close core of friends that I trust. She said, that's it. I'm friendly to people, but I am very cautious of my friends. She was burned. And that's the freshman in high school.
Yeah.
And I thought, she's smart for her age, because you can't, nowadays you just can't, because your back is their target. They're going to stab you. They're going to do everything they can to you.
Yep. And that's Catholic school for our family 4 years, because Catholic school up there is grade 9 through 12. It's not like other places.
Right.
So, we go grade school K through 8, and then the next is Christy. I get it. And the next is high school. So you get two. A lot of kids have like freshman campus. No, we don't have that. We never had that. It wasn't something we had.
No. They're moving 7th and 8th grade out to Roncalli High School, Jen.
Oh, wow.
They're restructuring. No, they're restructuring because they're going to build a new elementary school and they want the junior high and senior high together. And I don't think the enrollment is that high at this time.
Yeah.
So there just aren't as many kids. So,
well, Mom,
anyway, that's.
We play a game.
Oh boy. Let me go get Pops. I said, hey, you want to pop in? He said,
there's no eyebrows tonight, but Mom's heard it too much.
Well, this is true. Mom does watch the show.
But there is a leprechaun. So I thought the leprechaun could replace the eyebrows.
Okay, let's do the leprechaun.
Okay. So, Mom, we're going to play Would You Rather. We can have discussions about this. You have to pick one. Would you rather carry a drunk leprechaun in a front-facing baby backpack wherever you go, or go Pack Go, only watch sporting events involving the Cleveland Browns?
oh, I have to take the Cleveland Browns. I can close my eyes.
I should have said Chicago Bears, Mom. I should have said it.
Duh, Bears.
The Bears would have been a more difficult choice.
You wouldn't want the drunk leprechaun?
I would want the drunk leprechaun with
I
all the
want the
gold.
drunk leprechaun.
Really? Why?
Because he'd be my outside voice.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
I just want the gold.
Plus the accent. You just want the gold. Well, you see Irish fairies at your little thing, which I want to meet your Irish fairies, by the way.
Well, come on down or come on up.
I want to meet the Irish fairies.
I don't want anything that close to me. Back off. That's in my personal space.
I mean, they did have a movie called Leprechaun. There was like 8 of them. So I'm just saying.
Oh, really? All right. Would you rather cough/sneeze fire, which I think you do sometimes, or steal something from everywhere you go?
Or what?
Have to steal something from everywhere you go.
I think I've come close to that. I used to collect bar glasses. Finally, one day I said to me, oh my gosh, I'm going to be thrown in jail because my purse was full.
There it is, folks.
I've never done that in my life, ever.
You're kidding. My girlfriend and I did, and she dropped her purse and it broke. Oh, well.
That's great.
So give me my choices again.
Wait, that was Sandy, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, of course.
We were going on a horse and buggy ride down in Chicago. And she dropped her purse getting into the buggy. And oops. I have an ashtray from somewhere, too, from down there.
I still have a McDonald's ashtray somewhere.
Do you?
Yep. I took it as a kid.
Well, it has to be. I mean, it has to be because how long has it been you don't smoke anywhere?
Yeah.
Right.
What was the other choice, Jen?
Cough/sneeze fire, or steal something from everywhere you go.
Oh, let's sneeze and cough. Fire.
Well, because you already did the other thing. I'm just saying.
That's right. Try something
might
new.
as well just try the other one.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I didn't say drink New Year's Eve shots from a rubber duck's butt, because we've done that too.
Duck shots, you bet.
What's that?
There are more secrets coming out about me than you.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. You're living your life.
That's right. And at this age, you got to live it now because who knows when the door is going to be closed.
That's true.
I still have a picture. We had paper crowns and drank shots out of a rubber duck's butt. It was a good New Year's. It was great.
So, like, what if, like, you're sneezing and you're coughing fire, but what if you, like, sneeze, cough, and fart? Does fire come out of your butt?
Well, Christy commented, and that was, there you go. Thanks, Christy. That happens. And that add jalapenos, you have your answer, Brandon.
A fire.
Whoa.
That's why Johnny Cash sang about the Ring of Fire. I get it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Would you rather, do you know anything about octopuses and squids? Like when they get, octopuses, squids, when they get scared, they ink. Like they shoot ink. That's where their ink comes from. They shoot. Okay. So would you rather ink like a squid when you get scared, or fill your pants with gravy every morning? Because gravy's
squid. Squid.
No. I would have gravy in my pants every morning so I could have biscuits. Biscuits and gravy.
Straw.
Yeah, I would. Oh, yeah, gravy. I'm fat and I'm from the South. Yes, please.
Gravy.
But I do have speaking of the gravy, like, I mean, it's only every morning, right? Like once you go to work, you don't have gravy in your pants, right?
Well, it doesn't say, so you could make your own rules. You just got to have it in there in the morning.
I want squid